Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 1st of February. So, looking at the euro dollar first, and well, we've got the new pivots in, new monthly pivots in, which could at some time provide us a target point. At the moment, though, we're in this consolidation phase within the market, and it's not really given too much of a clue about its next move. Now, there are some, on the bigger picture, if we start breaking through this 4-hourly 50, well, that target becomes that pivot becomes a key point of target as a target. Now, it may run off before then. We've already seen a move down to the lows this morning, but currently bouncing from that. So patience may be needed, but that 4-hourly 50 to 60-minute 200 could be a bit of a line in the sand for a bigger target that could be had. The short term, these of course provide us some possible intraday targets if it starts rolling. To the upside, well, fractionally lower high, so a lower low rather, giving us a confirmed lower high, sitting in this bit of price action at the moment, and it does look a bit iffy. And my early views on this with this chop that I'm looking at here is, well, maybe we will get the draw down towards that monthly pivot, but we just need to watch out the first action this morning and see what sort of clues that gives us. As I say, my thoughts initially are to the downside, but well, if it starts breaking as a clearish trend line above us, if I can get a pen on here to draw with, that'd be good. There we go. So simple as that, really. If it starts breaking above that, well, and above the 21s there, it didn't manage to do it all through the Asian session, but could do it yet. If it can break above there, well, the view will change. Right, the euro, the pound. Again, at the moment, it's pushed up a reasonable bit. It did put a close up with a daily pivot swing there. The pound does seem to hold on a bit better at times, but it too has a target below there. Similar sort of thing there. If that 4-hourly 50 gets broken, it starts becoming an easy ride down. So, but it needs to be broken first, and it may still provide further support. It's still sitting there with a weekly pivot, so it's quite a strong bit of support sitting there. But it does start moving at some point. There could be a possible entry for a longer hold. Now, to the upside, similar basis in terms of the trend to the upside. The trend line across the top there would give me a more of a bullish slant. It has been chopping. It chopped a lot yesterday in the end, probably a bit more than the euro did in a sense, and it has the potential, with Brexit being the just anyone say Brexit and it jumped all over the place. So don't say the word Brexit, and it may continue its slow growth to the upside. So slightly a bit more biased to the upside here than with the euro. It's a bit of a different picture coming back a bit, but all the same, it could easily roll. Dollar yen. Dollar yen's already the yen's softening against the dollar already, running towards that monthly pivot. It seems to be on a charge up there at the moment. It's just looking through, already broken the 4-hour 50. Retracements may give the opportunity to play towards that. It hasn't got anything in these bigger time frame, in terms of moving averages in the way. We just purely then to prior highs and lows, and well, actually there is a little high that might just stifle things around that 109.67 area. Otherwise, we could be pushing back towards that pivot where then we got resistance in terms of prior lows there, and of course the pivot itself. So it seems to be pushing on a lot easier at the moment, sort of softening a lot easier. Retracements may give opportunity, maybe there to buy into that one, but it does, as I say, it looks a softer of the pairings against the US dollar at the moment. Aussie dollar. Well, the Aussie dollar's actually say the yen did look the softest until I get into looking at the Aussie dollar, and look at this Aussie dollar. It's rolled completely, almost down to the monthly pivot at the moment. So almost there. Just doing what I was suggesting the euro and the pound might do. It broken the 50 there for a number of times. It's been trying. Finally did that, and heading strongly today through the Asian session down towards that monthly pivot. Now this was helped by the very weak building approvals that came through there, minus 20 versus minus around about 8, so much worse than expected, and it doesn't take too much on a failing number to get the Aussie moving through the Asian session, and there it is. Now that may, if the other markets start bouncing, well, this may bounce back off that monthly pivot, but at the moment it's just heading there as strong as you like. Now it hasn't caught the daily pivot, but that's wiped out for now at least. So any early retracements might give a ride back to the rest of that movement, but it looks just about done for a moment. Canadian dollar, arguably there was some divergence in the lows here, and it's tried shoving up, and well, it's still got the potential of a pushback, and it may too work towards the monthly pivot. So they're quite influential in the earlier part of the month, and we're just sort of breaking through the 34. There is quite a gap above before we on the 4 hourlies before we run into sort of resistance. We've got the weekly pivot still above there. Well, that might, along with that 50 may provide some resistance, but it's still got a bit of distance to be travelled there. Hasn't quite confirmed an overall higher low here, but it won't take much before it does. Just needs to pip up above that spike around the Fed release, and onwards we may run. But it's got the potential to be pushing up there at the moment, but it is early morning. Again, as I've said with the euro and the pound, if they start slipping over, just or pushing up in their case, if this starts slipping over, just watch the trend line, see if it breaks through that trend line. Okay, that's pretty much it. So we've not got a lot of data coming out of real significance for most markets, although the manufacturing PMI can give the pound a bit of a kicker, or kicking, depending on the results of it. So that's manufacturing PMI at 9:30, and then we got the US manufacturing PMI at 3 p.m. So a couple of numbers there today. The rest of the numbers at 1:30, low level relatively, but may get a little bit of volatility at 1:30 when the US non-farm productivity and labour costs, etc., start coming through. But we're really looking for non-farm payrolls tomorrow. Okay, have a great one. Bye for now.